All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to the Touchdown Talk podcast,
Hype me
the
up.
new and hottest podcast that is out right now. I am your co host, Anthony, and along with me is my other co host. Let's give it up for
It's your
Ryan.
boy. What is up, y'all? So happy to be here with my boy Tony. Let's
Yes,
get into
sir.
it, man. Let's get into it. I'm hype. I'm hype. Let's
Yes,
go.
sir. So real quick, we just again, this is a podcast. We're gonna talk a lot about sports, particularly football, basketball. We'll try to sprinkle some other stuff in there too as well. We don't want to keep it limited to just those two things.
Yep.
Um, Although I will admit I don't watch much hockey, so that's gonna be hard. But we'll try. We'll try. And this podcast is for you guys, our fans. So we want to make sure we cover everything because
Yeah,
we both love sports in general. So
definitely. If there's something that we're not talking about that y'all want us to talk about, let us know in the comments or you know get in touch with us. So we'll have our all of our social media in the description and all that. So find us, let us know what you want us to talk about, give us your takes and all that. What Tony's not telling you is we tried to record this first episode like 3 or 4
yes,
times already to just like terrible technical issues. We literally recorded an entire hour and a half long episode and there was no audio for Tony. Only my audio came through. So just know that this has been a labor of love and we're really doing everything we can to get this out to you guys and get you guys some good content. So I appreciate you guys listening and watching. So
yes,
thank you.
sir. And real quick, so this is episode 01. Uh,
Yeah.
the hour and a half long podcast episode that we recorded a couple days ago is 00. And if anyone ever finds that missing file with the full audio, I'll give them $1 million. I put that on my family right now.
Literally
So
doesn't exist.
good luck.
Yeah, good luck with that one. I don't know about that.
All right. So we got a packed episode for you guys tonight. We got some NFL drafts, NFL drafts coming up in about a week and a half. So that's something we're gonna be talking about. And we got the NBA playoffs. The NBA playoffs are set, and the play-in tournament starts tonight, I believe, or today.
Yeah, it's the first day is today when we're recording this, and by the time that this comes out, the
Ah,
first two
yes.
games will be over. So it'll be I think it's the Hawks and the Magic, and then the Warriors. Is it the Warriors tonight? Let's find out. Let's find out. We can actually pull it up right here. Let's take a look.
Sick.
So we got the SoFi play-in tournament. So this is tonight, Tuesday. Oh
Yep.
no, so
Memphis and
it's
Golden State.
yeah, it's the 7 and 8 games tonight, and then tomorrow is the 9 and 10 games.
I see.
And tomorrow, meaning today, for everyone watching this on the day it comes out.
So
So definitely some action.
by the time this airs, we'll know who the Celtics are going to be playing. We don't know that at the moment. It's either going to be Orlando or Atlanta. Um, but again, we'll get into that later on in the show when we move on to the NBA. But first, I think we should talk about March Madness because that's
Mhm.
something next year when we're doing this. We're going to be talking about the tournament as it's happening. But since we
Yep.
started kind of late this year, we're just kind of going to do a quick recap. So, Ryan,
Tony.
I don't know about you, my man, but March Madness didn't hit it. It didn't hit it
No,
for me
dude.
this year.
No, it didn't. It really didn't. There was no craziness, man. There was no
Nope.
like huge upset. Like, I mean, what was the craziest upset? I mean, McNeese maybe.
McNeese and Clemson. Yeah.
That was probably
Yep.
it. That was something that definitely busted my bracket early on because I think I had Clemson going. I might have had them winning like 2 games at least. I thought they were
Mhm.
going to go a lot further, but That's kind of what you watch March Madness for, is you want to see people get upset. You want to see the freaking St. Peter's, you want to see the freaking Florida Atlantics and of the world using that time to shine and bring down the big dogs. But literally the Final Four was all chalk this year. It
It
was
was
all
all
the
one
one
seed.
seeds.
Second
So,
time that's ever happened, by the way.
I mean, yeah, you got to think that's a pretty rare thing to
It
happen.
is. Yeah.
Like, because it just makes sense that like you're gonna have some teams that just have a bad game. You might be the one seed, but you just have a bad game, or the team you're going against just has that like kryptonite. It just they know your weakness. Their strength is your weakness. So you have to expect it's going to happen, but it didn't happen this year. I mean, those games towards the end, like there were some good games. The end of the very final game, the championship, like
Yeah.
bro, like literally, oh my god,
Florida,
dude.
dude.
I
Dude,
didn't
how many times did they come back in a matter of like 2 minutes in that tournament?
I mean, props to Florida because they really like pulled out all the
They,
stops and
they
made it
deserved it
happen.
too.
But like the dude fucking pulled up and then he's like, nah. Like game on the
Yeah.
line. Game on the
Yeah.
line, down by 2. You pull up the 3 and then you just dribble it and like and then he's like I can't touch it. What are you thinking, bro? What are you thinking? Like, come on. And
Houston, they threw it away. They threw away that fucking tournament.
yeah.
They had it in the bag, right in their eyes, right the prize right before their eyes, and they just couldn't fucking do it.
And I'll tell you this, like every year for the past like 3 years, Houston has been a 1 seed. And I don't know what it is cuz listen, I don't watch college basketball outside of the tournament pretty much. But I don't know what it is, something about Houston for the past like 3 or 4 years, I've always been picking them to win the whole thing. And this year they actually made it, and I didn't pick them this year. Like of course it was my luck that as soon as I stray away from them, they make it to the final. But at least they lost in the final anyway, so I'm not that upset about it. But I did have Duke winning the whole thing, and unfortunately, Cooper Flag couldn't get it done. He had that little pull up jumper kind of at the end of the game and just left it short. But hey, he said it in an interview too, like that's a shot you got to live with. You just have to take that shot. Like it low key reminded me of like a Jason Tatum type of shot where it's like, why are you doing that? But it's just the shot that he
Mhm.
had. It's just the shot he had in that moment. So can't blame him for really taking advantage of the moment and doing what he had to do, but just didn't get it to go. It's unfortunate.
Yeah, no. Cooper Flag. Absolutely no one is blaming Duke's shortcomings on him. If anything,
Right.
he's the fucking workhorse of that engine.
Yeah,
He was the one that
absolutely.
ran that fucking team this year.
Mhm.
I personally did not pick Duke winning. I picked Florida, uh, and they ended up winning it all. I actually had Florida and Houston in the finals, and so that was
Oh,
nice to
wow,
see
you're just
that
the goat
come
then,
true.
huh? You're just the goat, aren't you?
I'm not. It's just I'm always so wrong in during March Madness, but it was just like a super predictable tournament this year compared to other
Mm,
years. So I know
yeah.
I
Yeah, I
know
get what you're
so many
saying.
people that their brackets they were fucked, yeah, but not as fucked as usual
Right, right. There's probably a lot of people that had Florida and Houston and all those teams
in the
going
finals.
in the end
Yeah,
because people are just like, "Oh, the number 1, sure. Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
fucking do it."
I did not pick all four number ones to make it though to the final four because that like again that never fucking happens
Right.
and Auburn I think it was Auburn. Auburn scared me particularly. I think they were the only team I kept out of the Final Four. And then
Mm,
Duke I had losing in the Final Four because they seemed like a team that they just had trouble in close games, and
yeah.
they weren't like the best like free throw shooting team. So that scared me a little bit. So I had them making the
Huge.
Final Four even with Flag and
Yeah.
losing.
Now the free throws are huge in the tournament, and
Yeah.
you saw it. You saw it too at the end of the championship.
And it
Yep.
happened. Yeah, yeah. Exactly.
Yep. Huge. Yeah, man.
But yeah, March Madness just wasn't hitting it for me. Wasn't as invested as the last couple years this year. It just sucked,
Hopefully next
man.
year will be better.
Hopefully.
If UConn doesn't win it, then I don't care. Come on, get it out of
Dude, they
here.
win
Get it
so
out of here.
much though.
But come on though, it's UConn though. Connecticut
I
boys
know, I
represent.
know.
Let's go.
Where's the real question, dude, is where the fuck is Providence at? They used to be
Providence.
decent. Now they can't even make the tournament. Yeah, the
Yeah, they
Friars.
are never that good anyway. Nah.
Yeah, I know. But they made it
But
past they made it to the 32 one year, like in
yeah,
2019, I think.
yeah, good for them.
Dude, one day, one day.
Maybe one day.
But yeah, so conclusion, March Madness fucking sucked. The NIL deals fucking suck.
Mm.
Transfer portal fucking sucks. And God bless you all.
You say that as someone who's not making millions of dollars off of it.
That
I'm
is
sure
true.
they love it. I'm sure the players love it.
That
They
is
got
true.
to, right? They're fucking making bank.
Mm-hmm.
It's just kind of hurts the watching of the sport.
It hurts it hurts the
And the
whole
coaches and
entertainment value of it.
the franchises, like they can't develop a guy over multiple years because he's just gonna dip out in the transfer portal and go somewhere else where he can make more money.
Yep. And it's not like there's a salary cap or anything. So it's like
Yeah.
whatever school has the most money and whatever school has the biggest alumni base, that's the
Mm-hmm.
school that's gonna fucking tear it up. And
Yeah.
that's why a lot of people are saying, I don't know about this particularly, but Texas A&M in the future is gonna be a force to be reckoned with,
Mm.
supposedly.
Are they loaded like that?
Oh,
Are
dude,
they
they're
loaded?
fucking loaded. Loaded,
Oh
man.
yeah.
Dude, they got so
I
many
could see it.
millionaire oil tycoons coming from that place, bro.
Some guy in a big cowboy hat and a fat ass belt buckle walking up like, "You're gonna play for my team, son. You're gonna play for me." That's all I can picture.
That's gonna happen too. Well,
I mean,
that already happened, so
yeah, absolutely.
but, yeah, the SEC runs college sports now, pretty much. It used to be kinda more emphasis on football, but even basketball now this year,
Hmm.
fucking SEC killed the tournament, to be honest.
Yeah, didn't they have like 12 teams in the tournament?
Oh, yeah, something like
Something
that.
crazy like
It
that,
was
man.
crazy. And a lot of them had really good deep runs, good showings, so
Hmm. Yeah, fucking huge.
but so that was March Madness. I hope you guys enjoyed it more than we did. Um,
There's
and
always
let's hope that next year, yeah, let's hope next year is better.
UConn.
We'll see. Well, they'll definitely be back eventually. So,
They will. Oh, they will.
oh yeah,
They just lost their guys to the league. That's all it
yeah,
was.
yeah. They had a lot of seniors. Yeah,
Yeah.
but anyway, Ryan, why don't we get on to the NFL draft?
Yeah,
We got
man. What do
that
we
coming
got?
up next week. So,
Oh, watch out, baby. Watch out. So the thing is, in our lost episode, we actually talked about the whole draft, gave like a whole thing about our thoughts on the whole top 5 basically, and kind of touched on some other teams. But one thing we said in that episode is like we thought Shadur was going number 2.
mm,
And then
I'm not. You
like
thought
literally
that.
in
I
the
don't think so.
okay, maybe I thought that. Maybe I was out of the loop on some of the gossip and the rumors and all that. But I guess he's been sliding like a lot in the
Yes,
past couple days. So people have him going to the Saints. People have him going to the Steelers. I think the Saints are pick 9 or something like that.
they're pick 9. Yeah.
So let me pull up this draft order right here. So yeah, you got New Orleans right here at pick 9. So I mean, just think about it. Like Tennessee probably taking Cam Ward, right? I mean, he's the best
Absolutely.
quarterback in the draft.
Yep.
The
That's
Browns,
a lock in my mind.
yeah. Oh, 100%. 100%. You got to think he's, I mean, unless
He
Tennessee's
has they have to
gonna
pick
trade it
him.
away.
But
But
yeah,
you
they
why would
could
you
do
do
that.
that? Why would you do that?
It's stupid if they do. Yeah.
And you got to think that Cam Ward is better than Will Levis, right?
Oh,
I'd rather take the rookie who's like a little more unknown whether he's going to be good in the NFL, but it's I'd rather take the unknown than the known. Will Levis is known to be like ass. So
well,
I'd rather take the unknown over the known in that case.
that's my thing too, is that at this point, Will Levis, he just isn't gonna be the answer for you.
Right.
I know they haven't given him too much to work around with. Uh, and yeah, he has a crazy fucking arm, like we talked about the other day.
Mhm.
Dude can
Yeah,
really
man.
fucking fling it, but he's just a turnover machine, bro, and
Yeah.
he didn't improve much. He's not getting better. You just know he's not the answer. So you gotta if I'm Tennessee, I feel like you gotta go with Cam Ward.
You got to address the biggest need on your team and that's quarterback.
Yeah.
100%. 100%. They're going to take Cam Ward. But then the Browns, the kind of vibe that I'm getting is they're just going to take best available.
I think they're gonna pick Travis Hunter.
You think so?
I
Well,
think
that
so.
is a real downer
That's
for me.
really fucking yeah. That's really annoying
as a
because
as a Giants fan, if Travis Hunter's not there, I'm gonna be pissed because that means, I mean, if the Browns don't take Shadur, the Giants are the next team, like basically before the Saints. The Giants are the next team that really would look Shadur's way. They're the other quarterback needy team. If the Browns don't take him, then who else is going to take him? The Giants. And then if the Giants don't take him, okay, New England, not a quarterback. Jags, not a quarterback. Raiders got their quarterback in Geno Smith. Jets got fucking Justin Fields.
uh
Panthers. Saints are probably the next one because Derek Carr has actually come up with an injury. His shoulder injury from last year actually didn't heal properly or something like that. So he's going to need surgery on his shoulder and he needs more extended time off. So he might not even play the 2025 season. So the Saints now looking like they are really in desperate need of a quarterback because who the hell else do they have other than Derek Carr? Spencer Rattler?
yeah.
Freaking
Spencer Rattler.
who's the other
The
guy that played for them last year?
Who
It
is the
was
other
like
guy?
exactly. Some other dude. Some
I
other
don't even
dude
remember. Some
that
fucking
sucks
3rd,
dookie.
4th string.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like really. So I mean that's a team I could that's where the vibe I've gotten of where he's kind of getting mocked. And then other than that, he might fall all the way down to 21 and he might go to Pittsburgh.
I don't think he's gonna fall that
another team
much.
that needs a quarterback. So or hear me out, maybe Aaron Rodgers goes to New Orleans now instead of Pittsburgh because he's
Nope.
not officially signed with Pittsburgh.
No, he's not.
I mean,
I could never see him. I don't think he would ever want to go to New Orleans. I
why
think
not? What's
because
wrong with it?
they have nobody, dude. They have
What do you
nobody.
mean?
New
They got
Orleans.
Rashid Shaheed, they got Chris Olave,
I
they
mean,
got
Chris
Kamara.
Olave is so good, but
I mean, but he's
Shaheed's
got some head
okay.
trauma now.
But yeah,
Chris,
they're not a franchise for. He's gonna go, and it's still gonna be a mess. I feel like he
right?
wants to go somewhere that has a shot at
Yeah,
winning.
yeah, and
So
that
that's
really
why
is the Steelers. Yeah, it's true.
it's the Steelers or the Vikings,
Yeah,
man. Those are the 2 teams.
the Vikings. Oh yeah,
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 I think the Vikings have a he wants to go there, I believe, from what the
really.
reports are saying.
But
Yeah.
you got to think that if the Vikings shipped out Sam Darnold, that means they have faith in JJ
JJ
McCarthy.
McCarthy.
They have to be
Right.
bought in on him. Like if you're
So,
going to get rid of Darnold, who had his best season ever as a pro, you got
Per
to have faith in the other
ESPN,
guy.
this is what ESPN said. They said that Rodgers went to Minnesota and he offered them to go there and have JJ McCarthy sit under his wing for a year. Kind of like he
Really?
tried to do in New York with Wilson, right? Zach Wilson?
Yeah. Wait. What? Oh,
No.
what? Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. No, no, no. You're
Yeah,
right. You're
Zach
right. You're right.
Wilson.
You're
Yeah,
right.
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah, so he wants to go to Minnesota. And I don't blame him,
Really?
honestly. I don't blame him because
I
that
mean,
fucking
Jay
team is
Jettas.
loaded with weapons,
Yeah,
and
man.
I feel like, the head coach, he's a good coach, and he's someone that
Yeah.
Aaron can
KOC.
kind of. Yeah.
Yeah. Actually, I think that'd be nasty, low key.
Dude,
He
that
is
would that would
really
put him
actually
in a
following
contender.
Brett Favre's footsteps like to a T.
Yeah. Yeah,
How,
he is.
what is up with that? What is this parallel between these two guys? Like, why are they? Did Favre go to New York before Minnesota, or was that his last stop? I think he might have gone there like at the very end,
So this was way
right?
before my time, so I do not know for
What?
sure.
This wasn't your time. You're older than me.
Yeah, but I
You
wasn't
you
I
knew
was
that.
still a kid. I wasn't, like, into football as much as I am now. I wasn't following it back then, so I don't really know.
Fair
Um,
enough. Fair enough.
I think he went from Green Bay to New York to Minnesota. I could be wrong, though. Let's, look
Let's
that up,
find out.
actually. Yeah.
So, according to AI,
Yep.
Google, Brett Favre, Green
Went to
Bay,
New York and then
New York,
Minnesota.
and then Minnesota. So literally, like Aaron Rodgers is following the same exact career path as Brett Favre.
Yeah.
What is up with that? Why is that happening?
It's
Answer,
just
answer
wild,
me,
bro.
Tony. Explain
Just
this. Make it make sense.
the only thing I got for you is, in
The
15
hell?
years, we'll see Jordan Love do the same thing
Yeah, I guess so. It's only fitting. Yeah,
at
I
this
mean,
point.
their careers are kind of similar as well at this point. So I don't know, man.
But
I don't know. So let's reel it back in and get back to the draft. So I mean, let's just say we're talking about the Giants. I mean, I hope they don't take Shadur. If Travis
I don't think
Hunter's
they're
not
going
there,
to. Even if Hunter's not there, I don't think they're going Shadur, from what I've heard.
I hope they don't. They might. I don't see them taking Abdul Carter though.
Really?
Yeah. No, I don't see it.
That's who right now, that's who I have him taking.
Really?
Yeah. Why don't you see him
But do they
picking
really
Abdul?
need like a linebacker, edge rusher?
I mean, if he's the best available player,
Yeah. I mean,
and
I would
he's a game changer, man.
I'd rather them I'd rather them go O line or trade down.
They sh
I could see that's probably a likely scenario that they would trade down. Because then
Yeah,
if they
could
were
be.
going to go for someone like Shadur, or if they're going to try to still get a quarterback like Jackson Dart or Will Howard or somebody, you can trade down, still get your guy, get something else, either a piece for your team or just another draft pick out of the deal, and just continue to boost your O line as well. Because the two biggest needs, in my opinion, for the Giants are quarterback and O line. And O line, low key, might be more important than quarterback because we're getting Andrew Thomas back, hopefully from injury. But like that line was abysmal, man. That was a huge reason why they just sucked that last season.
Well,
Like,
Daniel Jones doesn't really
well,
help
yeah,
you either,
like
but
right.
yeah.
He's
Yeah, I know what you're
but
saying.
Daniel Jones only really played, half the season, less than half the season, and their quarterback problems extended past Daniel Jones. Once he was gone, they still had issues, and that was because of the O line. It
Yeah,
wasn't
absolutely.
like even when Daniel Jones was there, his decision making was a problem, but put him behind that terrible O line, and he's not that good anyway, so he's just going to get worse. Like there's no way he could have succeeded in that scenario. So, um, that's just how I feel. And I've been watching it for years, the Giants O-line be terrible. And every time our O-line sucks, it coincides with our record. And I would say that for any team that is drafting in the top 5 here is all of their potential needs could be O-line. Any of these
Yep.
teams getting an O-lineman is going to benefit them because that's a huge thing in the NFL that just makes you a bad team. If you can't protect the quarterback, how do you expect him to throw accurately and feel comfortable in the pocket, right? Or be able to scramble or really make anything happen? You have no run game with no O-line. You have no pass game with no O-line. So that's a huge thing for all these teams. Like that's why all these teams suck. It's because of their O-line.
Goal line, and that's my big football kind of insight as well. I think after quarterback, your O line is the most important piece. You got to build your team
Mhm.
around
Yeah.
because without the O line, nothing is going to work for you.
So is that
But
where you see the Pats going?
so that maybe that's partly why I'm biased, and maybe I'm more of hoping that the Giants go Abdul because I really want New England to pick Will Campbell, dude.
Yeah. Who's
Yeah,
the
Will
other guy?
Campbell
Who's the other O lineman?
or the guy from Texas, I think.
Yeah,
Banks, I think his name is.
Minx. Is that
He's
what you said?
Banks.
Banks, something like that, right? It's one of those guys. But
Trevor
I mean,
Banks, I
hey,
believe.
yeah, Trevor Banks, take it to the bank, baby, something like that.
And he's
Uh,
great. I'm just if they pick him, I wouldn't be mad about it. I'm just not particularly sure he's worth a fourth. Um,
right.
he could be, but I don't know.
Well, that's
But
kind of the
I'm
same.
way more confident that Will Campbell is worth a fourth.
Right, right.
So
I mean, that's the thing is, could Will Campbell fall even further? Because Jacksonville, I feel like, is in the same
nah,
situation where they need an O lineman too. So if you don't pick him at 4, he's probably going at 5.
I don't think he falls past four. Either New York or New
Right.
England, one of the two is gonna pick him up.
Yeah. So it's
But
not a situation where you can trade down and still get your guy.
not Will Campbell. No,
Right.
maybe for Banks, maybe,
Mm,
but I'm not sure. Even uh he
gotcha.
might go up
Right.
top.
Right.
But so originally Shadur was a top three. Uh, either he was between Cleveland or New York, but then it came out that both the teams kind of weren't really interested in him.
Mm,
So I think Shadur he's not going in the top five. I honestly I see him going to the Raiders at 6 or the
mm.
Saints at 9 maybe.
Oh, wow.
But I feel like the Saints, if they want Shadur, maybe they'll trade with Las Vegas and move up to the 6. I don't know. But
Mm,
personally, I don't like Shadur at all. I think he's gonna be bad. Dude can't fucking read defenses for shit,
mm.
and his size just scares me.
His
But
mobility is not that great either.
yeah,
He had some of the
so
worst rushing stats of any quarterback in
right.
college.
I think it's
So,
obviously more of
but
his
you
dad.
think
His dad's
if he's
making him hype.
going to Vegas, that what does that mean for Geno Smith?
Geno Smith
Didn't they just pay
takes
him?
the reins. Yeah, he sits behind
Oh,
Geno Smith for a
you're
couple
saying
years.
Geno's gonna still be the starter.
Yeah,
Okay, got you. Got you. I thought you were
because
about to
Pete
say
Carroll.
Shadur's gonna come in, take the starting job, and Geno's gonna go back to being a backup. It's like,
No,
hold on. I don't
no,
see that
no.
happening.
Yeah, no. Especially with Pete Carroll there. That's Geno's team for now.
Oh yeah.
Um, you
Well, hey,
know,
maybe that's a good guy to sit under, especially since he's
mm,
been through so
could
much in the
be.
league, man.
Yeah, could be.
Former
I
Giant,
don't know though.
Geno Smith. He's the GOAT.
Yeah.
He is the GOAT.
Oh my god. I'm not a big fan of Geno, to be honest.
What? Are you serious, bro?
I mean, he's alright. He was alright on the Seahawks, but
Yeah,
nothing
no,
to
he's
write
not.
home about.
Yeah. No, he's I think he I don't know if he remember when he won comeback player of the year?
Yeah, 2
I
years
mean,
ago, I think. 2
he
or 3
was
years
never
ago.
hurt though. Like he was just Dookie,
No,
and then
right, he
not
just
Dookie.
sucked so bad, but he was also on the Jets, so we kinda give him a pass because the Jets are a shitty organization. So,
Right.
the
Same
Jets and the
thing with the
Browns,
Browns.
everybody,
Like same thing with
terrible.
Baker. Baker gets a pass for being on the Browns. Like that
Yeah,
explains his shittiness. Now he's decent, you know.
right.
So
But
who else?
yeah,
Who else? Because we kind of talked about our top 4 or 5, but like who else in this draft like really needs to hit? You know, who stands to gain the most from this draft, other than those top few teams? Obviously, it's super important for them, but like some of these teams in the middle, like how are the
there may
Niners
be
gonna do? Like you know, some of these teams that are kind of middling, like Bengals 17. These
mm,
I don't know, like I mean,
I don't
Pittsburgh's the other one that I've been thinking
Pittsburgh
about,
is a good
obviously.
one.
Quarterback needy team. Like, you want to see them do
Cincinnati
something.
Cincinnati and San Fran, I don't think the first round has much effect because I feel like those 2 teams need a bunch of pieces to go,
Mm,
their way,
yeah.
especially Cincinnati. They have no fucking defense. They
I was
need
going to
to
say they need a
revamp
real
that whole
defensive stud.
defense.
Yeah. They need to get somebody really good for their defense in the first round.
Now I'm looking at the lists. I mean, really, Denver, Pittsburgh, maybe Tampa Bay. Those are 3 teams that are only a few pieces away from maybe making a Super Bowl run.
Mm-hmm.
Mostly Denver and Pittsburgh.
I like Denver, man.
Oh my
I
god,
like
yeah.
Denver. Denver's looking
Onyx is a
up.
stud, bro.
Yeah.
He's a
Yeah, he
stud,
is.
man.
I'm excited to see how that goes. Because you got a Super Bowl winning coach too.
Yes,
He knows how
sir.
to win. Yep.
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 And they'll be in the mix. They'll be in the mix.
You got to think so.
It's the AFC QB heavy conference right now, but Josh
But
Allen
Denver
and
got rid
Lamar
of
can
little
get it
Jordan
done,
Humphrey,
so
though.
they did, yeah. But they
So
still have
I don't think it's going to work. Because they gave little Jordan Humphrey to the Giants. So you got to think the Giants are going to win the Super Bowl now. Because we got
their
Lil
team.
Hump.
I don't know, buddy. Their team is
We
still
got Lil
kind of
Hump, baby.
stacked.
Let's go.
But
Let's do it.
yeah,
Come on. And then I mean, like you got these teams down here. Like it's the Eagles and the Chiefs. They both feel like a team. Like yeah, they're picking 31 and 32. They're still gonna find some way to draft a fucking stud.
oh, absolutely.
Like
Those are the best. Philly, Kansas City, Philly, best run organizations the last 5 years. No matter what they do, they're gonna get
wow,
something.
wow,
Um, what?
that's wild to say that. I mean, I
You
gotta
don't
say,
think so?
I mean, well, only because Kansas City, of course, because of their titles, and I mean Philly kind of the same way, but Philly's been kind of up and down. But I mean,
Yeah, but
I'd say
Philly,
for best
but the
run, like front office
no,
wise,
yeah, Philly and Kansas City, and maybe Detroit.
well, sure. I mean, just because they're title winners. Other than those
But even
two,
outside of that,
like,
though,
I mean, yeah,
dude,
but
Howie Roseman
take a
is
look at like
probably the best GM in the NFL.
remember, I mean, the fact that he got Saquon is fucking stupid, insane. Like, how the
And
fuck do you pull that off, bro?
even outside of that, he's been making crazy moves for him for a while now.
Yeah, I just don't like it. I don't like the Eagles one bit. Fuck the Eagles. Literally don't care. Come at me. I want all
I
the smoke,
mean,
Philly.
do I think they're gonna repeat?
No,
Probably not,
no.
because it's super fucking hard to do it in this league, and you need like a dynasty type team, like a New England or Kansas City to do that.
Yeah. Hell no, they're not going to
I
repeat,
don't
bro.
see Philly doing it, but you never know. I mean, they do have a
No,
really good team still.
no. I think it's Buffalo this year. Finally. I think it's finally their year.
I have been saying that for before this
It's
year
got
for
to
like
be.
2 or 3 years, and
It's got to be, man.
I said that last year, it didn't happen, and I'm just done. I'm not gonna keep saying that. I'll believe it when I see it.
I have faith. I have hope. I think they're finally going to turn it around. Or Baltimore. I mean, the same thing. We've been saying the same thing for the AFC for the past 3 or 4 years. It's like, oh, someone's got to knock off Kansas City. It's going to be Baltimore. It's going to be Buffalo. But
Eventually, someone will knock off Kansas City. They're not. I
or it
don't
could
care
be.
what people say. They're not going to the Super Bowl 7 years in a row. That's just not going to happen. I
No,
just
I don't
don't
think
know
so.
if necessarily if Josh Allen's going to be the one to do it, because he has every year he has the chance, and they just don't. They never pull through, bro. They
I mean,
can't do it.
Joe Burrow's the only one to do it,
He's the
right?
only one to do it so far, yeah. And with
So maybe this year is Joe Burrow year too. If they
nah,
can
man.
fix up their defense a little bit. I mean, last year, look at what Joe
They have
Burrow did
so much
last year, and they
holes
didn't
on
even win.
defense, though. I know, but
Yeah, I mean,
I know we'll see, but I don't know, man.
and then you got to look at how did the games Kansas City lost. Like they lost to Buffalo, which was just fucking insane, kind of high flying game. They didn't really stop them. But then you look at the Super Bowl when the Chiefs lost. What did the Eagles do? They
I
fucking
pressured Mahomes.
destroyed them. Yeah,
Destroyed
pressure
Mahomes.
Mahomes on the defensive
That's the
line.
only way
Like
to
that's
beat
how
them.
that was the recipe for success, and it was their offensive line goes back to that for Kansas City. That was kind of like the one thing that was a weakness, and
Mhm.
that's what Philly did. They took advantage of it. So what team is going to do that? I mean, there are guys that can keep up offensively with Mahomes. Josh Allen, Lamar, offensively, like they can do it.
Oh,
Burrow,
absolutely.
they can do it. But I think it's going to come down to the defense and being able to stop Mahomes on one or two drives and then just match them the rest of the way. Like that
Absolutely.
it really comes down to that.
That's the only way to beat Mahomes in the playoffs is the defensive line. You gotta
Yeah.
pressure him. You gotta be able to put pressure on him.
And you got to get him on the
You
ground.
can't let him escape. You gotta get him on the ground. Yep.
Yep. Don't let him get out
Um,
of the pocket and be elusive because that's really where he shines.
right. And I don't see Cincinnati doing that. I don't see him revamping the whole defense in 1
Yeah.
year.
As of right now, no.
Um,
I don't see it. And they're spending so
I
much
don't think
money,
Buffalo
dude.
can do it either. Yeah. Well, when you
Buffalo,
build
I don't know. Yeah, they don't have
I don't
too.
know, man.
They don't have anybody crazy on that D line.
No, they don't. And it's like
Yeah.
they're going into the season, I think, with necessarily the similar or the same game plan as last year. They're just gonna kind of throw it all on Josh Allen, and it's like, how many times have we seen this dude? Can't do it. He can't do it alone.
Mm.
He just
Help
doesn't
a
have the
brother
smarts
out,
to beat Mahomes,
honestly.
dude.
Help a brother out for real. Give him some help, dude. And yeah, I mean, he did it last year. Put the team on his back like freaking 18 games out of 18 and fucking
What did that get you?
I
Oh, a
mean, got
loss
him.
in the AFC title game.
I mean, it
Wow.
got him the MVP trophy and a deep playoff run, but not a title. That's not a recipe for title success. It's a recipe for individual success, sure. Him as a player and a lot of regular season success against bad teams and then some good teams, but
Exactly.
not
And
a title.
if you're not shooting for Super Bowl or first in this league, then you're the same as everyone else, a loser.
You just a loser. Oh, I should go loser.
But
Rest in
yeah,
peace.
we'll see. It'll be interesting. It'll be interesting next year to see how AFC shakes up. See how Lamar does. Maybe
Yeah.
Lamar can beat them, but I don't know.
I mean, that's where my interest is. I mean, the NFC just seems a little bit more bland, I'd say. I mean, obviously you got the Eagles. You got Commanders. I want to see the Lions, bro, so bad. I just want
I
to
don't
see
know,
them win,
man.
man.
They, me too, but I feel like their window is steadily closing, and
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they're gonna do without they lost like most of their
Yeah,
staff, so I
losing
don't
Ben
know.
Johnson's huge
Yep.
because that's huge part of their identity was like their trick plays and their offensive play calling. You
Yep.
know, that's huge for them. That was a big part of why they would win games because just because of the scheming and getting guys open, putting guys in motion, stuff like that that just worked for them, you know. And I don't know
Mhm.
how much of that was also Dan Campbell. Like he's not a offensive guy really, right? He's more of a defensive
No,
minded, like and maybe
he's
both,
kinda
but
both. He's kinda both.
I mean, I wonder how much of that like play calling was Dan Campbell and how much of it was Ben Johnson. You know,
I
like can they retain any amount of that offensive explosiveness that they had with just Dan Campbell? Or I don't know who their new offensive coordinator is.
I don't even know either. Who did they hire? Probably someone within just gave him the promotion, I would assume.
John Morton.
What was he doing before?
Let's find out. Let's take a look together, shall we?
Denver Broncos pass game coordinator.
God damn it. Okay.
So they
All right.
did hire someone from outside.
Okay. So he was a wide receivers coach for New Orleans under Sean Payton.
So same thing as Dan.
Okay. So
He was under
and he
Sean
was
for a while.
yeah, but he was also he was Ben Johnson's assistant, senior assistant when in Ben
Uh,
Johnson's first year as offensive coordinator.
okay, that makes more
And that
sense
was the
then.
season when Detroit was number 4 in total offense and number 5 in scoring.
So he sounds like a good fit.
I mean, yeah, so it
Um,
doesn't seem like the drop off's going to be that much between Ben Johnson and this guy, Morton. I don't know why my shit's glitching out, but
I don't think
yeah.
I don't think the drop off is gonna be like crazy. But they are playing in a tough division. I don't know
Yeah.
if they can win the division again because
Mm.
that division is just so tough. Um,
But what if JJ McCarthy stinks?
that's a good point. But what if
Take the Vikings out
that's
of
a
the
good point.
picture. If he's Dookie, because it's a toss up there unless they get Rodgers. But even then, Rodgers liable to stink too. Let's just say,
Uh, I don't think Rodgers will stink on that
Vikings
team with all those weapons, though. Or they'll be good
maybe.
enough. They'll be good enough to
But you
with
got to think
Rodgers
he
to
had
challenge
weapons
them.
in fucking. He had weapons in New
Yeah, but
York
that
too.
yeah, but that's New York, and they're just a shit organization. And Robert Saleh was just never. He's a
I
shit
mean, firing
coach.
your coach like midway through the season is crazy.
Yeah.
That didn't help.
Now, granted, a lot of their problems were because Aaron Rodgers is a diva. Um,
Mm-hmm.
so I don't know. I don't know. I honestly don't know. I don't know if he goes to Minnesota. I don't know if he's gonna be able to act that same way.
No, I don't think so. I mean, we kind of talked about this in the Lost episode, like Aaron Rodgers going somewhere and just forcing everything to happen like the way he wants it. And I think we talked about like maybe that's why he's not signing with Pittsburgh is because maybe he's has some sort of demand that's like I need this and this, and they won't
And
give it
like
to
Mike
him.
Tomlin's like, nope, this is my
Right.
team, boy.
That seems more like a Mike Tomlin type of thing to do, right?
Yep.
To be
And
like, nah,
I
nope.
think that's true, honestly, because I think that's why he originally was thinking Pittsburgh, and now it seems kind of like he wants to move to
Hmm.
Minnesota. I think that
Maybe Minnesota's more willing to give him things that he
I think that
wants.
Kevin is, yeah.
Yeah,
I think that Kevin
could be.
O'Connell is the type of guy who would do
But
something.
also as a coach, if I'm Kevin O'Connell and I get Aaron Rodgers, let's just say, I mean, I don't he can influence things in other ways, but like if he tries to control the whole wide receiver room, like when he went to New York, he's like, oh, I need Randall Cobb, I need Alan Lazard. You know, he ended up getting Devontae there. Like as Kevin O'Connell, when you have your wide receiver room with, Justin Jefferson and Jordan Addison and Jalen Naylor, who even played really well last season,
Yeah.
and
Stacked wide
TJ
receiver room.
Hawkinson and stuff like that. Like, are you going to blow up your whole wide receiver room just for Aaron Rodgers? I don't think Aaron Rodgers is going to be like, I don't want Justin Jefferson. Of course, you're going to take Justin Jefferson. Of course, you're going to take Jordan Addison. But like, I don't see them allowing that at this point, and especially seeing how it went with New York. I don't see any team
Yeah.
allowing him to come in and have the same amount of control that he did
With New
in New
York.
York. Right.
Because I agree with you. I don't think to that extent it will be as bad, because I think New York is just stupid. They're just a stupid org. So I don't think many other teams will do that for him.
Right.
So
And maybe
either
that's
way,
part of his hesitation.
yeah. But he has to realize, man, if you really wanna win a second Super Bowl and go out on top, you gotta just go to one of these 2 teams, Pittsburgh or Minnesota, and just put up with it, bro.
Yeah. You have to make some sacrifices. It's not all about you.
It's not all about you, yeah.
Straight up, bro.
I don't care
I don't
what
know.
you
Most of us learn that like early, but
yeah.
some of us don't.
We know you're one of the greatest quarterbacks to ever play. We know
Yeah,
you're one
right.
of probably the best accurate passer, but that doesn't mean anything because we wanna win now, and you've only won 1 Super Bowl, so don't act like you're all high and mighty, buddy.
How many Super Bowls have you won, Tony? How many have I won? I mean,
How many has my team won? 6, buddy.
And you were a part of that. That was your contributions that made it happen, really.
It was, absolutely, because when they were down 28-3 in,
You
2016,
gave up.
you know what I did I
You gave
actually
up.
didn't. I swear on everything I did not. I actually got on my knees and prayed. I was like, "Please let them come back and win this." And it
Are you
happened, buddy.
serious?
Swear to God.
So, I mean, you should get an honorary ring for that. They should
I
send you a
should.
ring
I
since
should,
you
man.
did pray.
I should,
You
yeah.
did pray.
I should.
Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, that's a disclaimer we should say about any of our takes. It's like, okay, obviously we never played. We're not in the league. We're not. I don't even really be doing like film study like that. Like we're casual fans. We're just giving our opinions. It's not like this isn't the law of the land and all that shit. It's just we're just yapping. We're just giving our
Absolutely.
thoughts.
And I'll tell everyone that's listening that outside of really, I mean, you got stats and sports, but like other than that, man, it's a lot of it is opinionated. So don't let these fools on ESPN make you believe that their takes are what's right, because nothing is truly. Everything's in the gray. A lot of things are opinionated in sports. So
It's all made up. Everything we're gonna get like way too deep into this shit. It's gonna be a little trippy if we start going down that rabbit hole. But yeah, no, it's all just our opinion, man. It's not real. It's not fact. It's just opinion based. But yeah, I mean, shoot, dude, I got something for you, Tony. I got something for
let's
you.
hear it.
So I've been cooking something up. So I want you. Hold on. Let me just pull it up. So I'm gonna give you 5 quarterbacks, NFL quarterbacks. These are active quarterbacks.
Active starters?
Yes.
Okay.
So all of these guys are starters in the NFL. I want you to blind rank these 5 NFL quarterbacks without knowing who comes next. Okay.
All right.
So I will give you a quarterback, and you have to rate them. You have to. So what? There's only 5.
I know.
1 through
I got
5.
it.
You know how this works. All right.
Yep.
So the first one. Ready?
Let's hear it.
Jaden Daniels.
Bruh. Bro, why you gotta do me like that, man?
I know you love that guy.
I really want to put him at number one. I'm just,
Why not? Why wouldn't you?
you know what? You're right. Why wouldn't I?
Oh,
Jaden Daniels number one, baby. Let's fucking go.
shit. Oh, shit. Okay. All right, you got Jaden Daniels at number one. Number two, well, not number two, but the second
guy.
one,
Yep.
CJ Stroud. You love CJ Stroud
I
too,
was a big fan of Stroud. I still am.
but hey, he kind of had
But
a
I
little
gotta be
slump.
honest. Let's put CJ Stroud at 3.
Okay. So we got Daniels at 1 and Stroud at 3. All right, okay. Next guy, Kyler Murray.
I really want to put him at 5, man, but I'm just scared I'm gonna get someone even worse, like Matt fucking. I don't even know. Yeah, screw it. Let's put him at 5.
Okay, all right. So you got Daniels at 1, you got CJ Stroud at 3, you got Kyler Murray at 5. So you have the 2 spot and the 4 spot, all right?
Yep.
The next name is Dak Prescott.
Ooh.
He's still a starter, right? He's
Yeah,
going to be the starter,
absolutely. Yeah.
I think.
2 or 4.
Is he
You know what?
is he better or worse than CJ Stroud, basically is the question.
I'm gonna put him at 4. And
Okay, you got
let's
Dak
just
at
hope
4.
we get someone decent.
All right. The last name is Sam Darnold.
No way.
You got Sam Darnold at number 2.
If I had him Dak and Sam switch, that'd be almost perfect, dude.
Yeah, no, you actually did really good. You actually did really
Oh
good
my
having Jaden
gosh.
Daniels at number 1. I didn't think you were gonna go for that because there's so many. I mean, there's a handful of names I could have said in there that would have screwed up your whole thing.
I don't know, man, because I feel like
If I said Mahomes or Allen or Burrow
Mahomes.
or Lamar,
Okay,
then
Mahomes, Burrow, or Lamar. Those are the only 3, maybe.
not Josh Allen.
I don't know. I kind of feel like you could put. I feel like you could
What,
put Daniels at 1 over Allen.
bro? What? Get out
Dude,
of
yeah.
here, dude.
I feel
You
like
have Jaden Daniels over Josh Allen.
I feel like Jaden Daniels could surpass Josh Allen this next year. Absolutely.
Yeah, well, but we're not talking about could he surpass him. We're talking about is he better than him right now? This is a right now list.
Okay.
Nah, that's crazy.
Then
That's crazy.
maybe I don't
That's
know.
crazy, bro. You're wilding for that one. I was really trying to set you up to have Sam Darnold at number 1 because I didn't think you were gonna put Jaden Daniels at number 1. I thought you would be like, oh, he's my favorite, like love him, but he's not number 1. I thought you were gonna leave space for someone like a Mahomes or somebody like that. And then I was gonna hit you with the Sam Darnold at the end.
At the end of the day, I do love Daniels, but my reasoning why to put him at number 1 was because realistically, there's not a lot. Like, yeah, you do got, like you said, Mahomes, Allen. There's not a lot of quarterbacks that are above his level, honestly, even after only his
Wow.
rookie year. So I was like, let's just take the chance and just put him at 1, and hopefully none of these crazy studs will pop up. So
Wow. You're lucky, man. You got it. No, that was good. That was good. I should have threw
should
something
have
else
put
in there.
yeah, you should have put
But
Lamar
I
or
know how
Burrow or
your brain
something.
works now. I'm figuring out how your brain works, so I'm gonna get you on the next one. I'll screw you over. I'll make sure you get something good up top. You know.
I don't know. We'll
Yeah.
see.
That was my little side quest I wanted to put you on real quick.
But real quick, that list did make me want to bring something up.
Mm-hmm.
I've heard Dak Prescott to the Cleveland, maybe.
What?
That's what I heard.
Really?
Yeah.
I actually did hear that, like, Dallas really doesn't really
I
like
don't think they want him.
Prescott that much. Like they
I
don't,
don't.
yeah, they don't want him or something.
Yeah, I don't think so.
I didn't think that they would trade him, but I thought that they would like just draft somebody to replace him and then make Dak the backup.
Could be.
I think that's the
Um,
context that I saw it in was like, oh, someone's gonna or the Cowboys are gonna draft a rookie quarterback because they don't like Prescott.
if I'm Dallas, that's what I would do. I wouldn't
Hmm.
trade him either.
So
Unless
because
you could get
what?
something crazy out of it.
Yeah,
But
because you're saying he's gonna go to Cleveland, but for what? What would they get back in return?
maybe the second round, maybe that second pick.
The number. Oh, you're saying for the number 2 overall pick.
Maybe. I don't
Dak
think.
Prescott for the number 2 overall pick is kind of wild.
Well, Cleveland is kind of stupid though, so I feel like you could get away with it. Come on, you know it's true.
And then
I
who are
feel
they
like
going to
you
take
could
at
get
number
away.
2?
Travis Hunter or Shadur, maybe.
So they're going to trade away their franchise quarterback for Travis Hunter,
Maybe.
the Cowboys,
Well,
and
this
then
is
they'll
the
have no
thing.
quarterback.
It all a
They'll have
lot of
Trey
it
Lance.
revolves around Dion going there to coach as well. So if
Oh,
now
is
that
he
he's
gonna?
not, there's rumors that Jerry Jones is still trying to get him to go.
Wait, did they fire Mike McCarthy? They did, right? No, no,
Technically they
isn't
didn't fire him; they let him go. They didn't
right, but
renegotiate his contract.
so who's their coach now?
I think it's Schottenheimer. Let's look it up.
Yeah, it is Brian Schottenheimer.
Schottenheimer, yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
Who was their O-line, I think, or something on the offense?
Yeah, I think he was OC, wasn't he?
I believe so.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah, he was their
that's not
OC.
they can't really feel like that great.
Which,
Is he that great?
uh,
Schottenheimer?
well,
They
yeah,
can't
I
feel
think he
amazing
could.
about him.
I think he's good. Um, for Jerry Jones' decision compared to a lot of other decisions that Jones makes, I feel like Schottenheimer was a good choice.
Mm.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I guess
I
I'd
just
take
don't know.
Dion over that guy though.
Yeah, because my thing is Schottenheimer is just another guy that Jerry Jones. He's gonna be Jerry Jones' little playboy, little plaything. You know what I mean? He's just like, do what I say, peasant. That's just what it's gonna be all over again. I feel
Yeah.
like I feel like that's why I don't necessarily love Schottenheimer being their coach,
Mm.
but I mean he's decent. It could be a lot worse for him.
Yeah. No, yeah, you're right. I mean,
They could have renegotiated McCarthy's
yeah, could have
contract,
had
and
McCarthy
that would have been
again.
even
That
worse. So
Yeah, really that would not be great. But hey, didn't he win a Super Bowl too?
yeah, with Aaron
McCarthy
Rodgers,
yeah.
yeah,
But
with Aaron
hey,
Rodgers in his prime,
maybe bring back McCarthy, Aaron Rodgers to the
Aaron
Cowboys,
Rodgers to the Cowboys.
Dak Prescott to the Steelers.
Yo, oh
Just
my
think about it.
gosh,
Just think about it.
bro! If I'm Pittsburgh, I'm dialing the phone for Prescott right now, dude.
Where is he at?
That's
Honestly, I
I didn't
mean,
even think
hey,
about that.
that
That's
could be
crazy.
actually though, Prescott in Pittsburgh would be kind of wild.
That would put them.
That could be
That
good
would
for
put them
them.
at the top. I would say,
Yeah.
honestly.
That would
I
elevate
think
them a lot.
I think Prescott is a. I don't think he's anything insane, but I think he's a good quarterback. Where if you
He's
put him on a
solid for
team like
sure.
Pittsburgh, yeah, that
I mean,
puts him there.
I'm not one to really be singing Dak Prescott's praises because I hate the Cowboys and I hate Prescott, but I hate Dak Prescott because he would tear up the Giants every time we would play them. So I know that he's, a decent quarterback at least. I definitely think he could improve Pittsburgh
Absolutely,
vastly, 100%.
especially with a coach like Mike Tomlin. absolutely.
Is that light on still for
Oh,
you?
what light?
You're like hella dark, bro.
Oh, is it dark all of a
Bro,
sudden?
you dark as shit.
I think it's because it got more cloudy.
Oh, okay,
Because all I
whatever.
did was open the shades
I
before.
was like, damn, I can barely see your ass. Bro is like mysterious as hell right now. But
Yeah, sorry everyone. The lights in my room are
yeah,
fucked.
you gotta get a lamp, bro. You need that shit. Don't
Yeah.
worry, we're still working out the kinks. We're making this shit real nice. We're gonna make it real nice. But yeah, the Cowboys don't matter who the coach is. They're in shambles. They're in shambles 100%. They're
Until the
gonna.
day Jerry hands over the team, absolutely.
Mm-hmm. Yep. They are gonna
So
suck.
sorry, Cowboys fans, but your drought is gonna keep going. It's gonna keep
Mm-hmm.
continuing. So,
Mm-hmm.
but anyway, I think that's enough of the NFL. Right? I think we covered a lot.
Yeah, I'm ready to pivot.
So why don't we get into the NBA, dude? We got the NBA playoffs starting
Yeah,
pretty much today.
it is.
Um,
Yeah, they are starting today. Let's pull it up. See what we got.
Cleveland, OKC with the 1 seed, obviously. Celtics with the 2. We knew that. We knew that
Mm-hmm.
was going to happen pretty much since the middle of the season. I
Yeah.
don't think anyone had them catching up to Cleveland.
No,
But
I mean there was times where we thought there was a chance, but figured we'd end up there. It's okay. We still get a bye, and I would imagine at least in the East, you got to imagine it doesn't matter who they play, the Cavs and the Celtics are moving on.
yeah, I think so as
I would
well.
take the Cavs or Celtics over any of those 4 play-in teams. There's no way that they lose.
Oh, well, the playing teams, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
There's no way. I mean, do I think the Magic and the Hawks could challenge the Celtics a little tiny bit? Yeah.
I could
Um,
see some Trae Young magic happening, at
yeah,
least in maybe one game where
and
he hits a
that's
game
what did
winner or
happen.
something.
Yeah, and that's what did happen last year
Mhm.
and the year before. They won a game or two in the series. They only won in
Good
they
for
made it 6
them.
games.
You got one at least. Okay, great. Yeah.
That's true. Yeah,
Don't matter. We still got the whole series though.
that's true.
I mean, things get interesting in the West. The West is really where things are interesting because you look at, I mean, the Rockets just feel like a weaker 2 seed.
Yeah,
They don't feel
absolutely.
like, I mean, just you got the Rockets and the Celtics like right next to each other on the graphic, and they're both a 2 seed, but like the Rockets don't feel like they're up to par with the Celtics when you're just comparing the 2 seeds. So take if Golden State wins against the Grizzlies and they go on to play the Rockets, that could be scary. It could be scary
Uh,
for Houston.
it could be close, yeah. I still don't see Houston even losing that still, but it could definitely be close. I could
Really?
definitely see it.
I don't know. I could and you got to think like from the Warriors all the way up to the Nuggets, like all those are and the Lakers as well. Like all those teams are only separated by like 2 or 3 games in their record. So all these teams are very very comparable when it comes to skill level, including the
Yeah.
Rockets. Like the Rockets I think have 52 or 53 wins and the Warriors have 50 or 49. So they're only a couple like when it comes to just like skill throughout the whole season, like these teams are really on par with each other. And you got to think any team with Curry on it has a chance.
That's a valid point.
And the Rockets are a young team with not really a lot of playoff experience. So you got to think that the Warriors have a shot against a team like the Rockets. If the Warriors were playing, if the Warriors were any lower, if they were in that bottom game, if they were a 9 or 10, that means they're playing OKC. I don't like their odds there. But
No,
Houston, I think
absolutely
they have a
not.
good shot.
They
And I
definitely have a
definitely see that in the Grizzlies.
they have a shot. I just if I'm placing money on a bet, I would probably still go Houston. Um, but I will
Wow.
say, like, I definitely expect it to be like a close series, like a 6, 7 game
Mhm.
series. Um, and I'm not saying it's impossible. Like, if the Warriors did beat Memphis, move on to 7, beat Houston in the first round, I wouldn't be surprised, honestly. Because like you said, it's
Yeah,
fucking
same.
It's Steph Curry, Steve Kerr.
Mhm.
Not the same, not even close to the same dynasty it once was, but there's still fragments there.
Yeah. I mean,
So I do think it's possible, but I don't know.
but Jimmy, and you gotta think about Jimmy Butler and the way he, like, elevates that team too.
I
Because
forgot they even picked
if
him up.
you if
Yeah,
you watch that last game, them versus the Clippers, dude, Jimmy Buckets was in action, bro. Like, he was killing them. He was like, they really couldn't stop him. He was going nuts.
yeah,
And
they still
Curry
lost
had
though.
like 35 points too. I mean, yeah, they ended up losing in the end, but I'm just saying, as
I
far
feel
as
like
like,
that.
they still have some star power on their team. Like, it's all kind of old heads, but they got hoopers. They got guys that can ball and really put on a show.
That's
I think
true,
we're
and I forgot about Jimmy Butler. I forgot he was even on there, to be honest. I haven't watched
right.
him in a while,
Yeah.
but and we know he's like a different animal in the playoffs. So
Oh yeah. Playoff Jimmy. Watch out, baby. And he actually is on a team where like he wants to be there too. Like a motivated playoff Jimmy. Come on, man. He's
yeah,
gonna be a force to be reckoned with, 100%. So I mean, that's that. I'll say that. I mean,
I still think Rockets beat them.
yeah. I mean, it's
But
probably a good
it's the
chance.
Warriors just don't have much depth outside of those star players. So,
Mhm.
but
Yeah.
we'll see. But my that's gonna be my prediction is Rockets.
Okay.
But I don't have them going far though, because I do think um it's gonna be Rockets Lakers in the second round, and I think Lakers got that.
Um. Okay. Yeah. Is it reseeded? Like, is
Well,
it?
the second seed will play the 3 or the 6. The second seed will play the third seed
So
if they both win.
there's no chance that the Rockets play the 4 or the 5.
No. That's playing OKC, because we know
Okay.
OKC is gonna win.
Yeah. Yeah. That's the
So
other thing. I was gonna
4
say
or
that, but
5,
I'm like, we kind of all are on the same page with OKC beating whoever they get.
which
But
I
yeah.
don't think either or, I don't think it really matters, because but I personally think it's gonna be the Clippers. I just don't see how the Nuggets can fire your head coach a week before the
Hmm.
playoffs, and I don't see them winning.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna say Clippers, Thunder, Rockets, Lakers for the
I can see that
semifinals.
too. I don't know. Don't sleep on Anthony Edwards. I mean, the thing we talked about this in the Lost episode was 2 days ago, the Timberwolves were the 7 seed, and they were fighting for a spot. They ended up getting the 6 seed, and I was saying like the Timberwolves feel like they should not be a play-in team. They feel like a playoff team. So I don't know, but the Lakers are
Uh,
scary. I
it's just a
wouldn't
bad matchup for them. You're
underestimate the
just facing
Timberwolves
off
though.
against the Lakers.
Right, but then so who's Luca guarding? I mean, this
Anthony
is goes
Edwards,
back
right?
to what we were talking about in the yeah. So Luca's guarding Ant. He can't guard Ant.
No, he
You
can't
you
guard
can't
him.
put Luca on
You
Ant.
can't. Yeah, you can't put him on him because he played. Luca
So
doesn't even play defense. First of all,
right, exactly, that's what I'm saying.
but they
So
also still have LeBron as well.
yeah, so you put LeBron on Ant,
Mm, I
and
don't
then
know.
what? You got Jaden McDaniels in the corner. You got Gobert on. I mean,
Yeah,
who do the Lakers have for like big men since they got rid of Ant, the other Ant?
Anthony Davis.
Yeah. Like, they don't have really any size. So I could see Gobert feasting in the paint. Like, I don't know, man. I wouldn't count him out completely. I think the T Wolves got a good shot, but the Lakers are definitely scary. Scary team to run into in the playoffs. and the Clippers are hot right now, so I could see them knocking off the Nuggets. I would
Now that
I
I'm
would
thinking
probably
about it, I was just gonna say, now that I'm thinking about it, you're kind of right. I don't think the Lakers do have much big men right
they
now.
have no size. I don't even think they
Yeah, they
have a
don't have any
true
size.
center.
No.
They don't have anyone that is really a true center on that team. So that's probably their biggest weakness. And I mean, the T Wolves, they got size. They definitely got size. So I don't know, but you gotta expect that Luka's gonna drop 30 a game. You gotta expect that Brown's gonna get his 20, 25, and a bunch of rebounds, bunch of assists. Like, yeah, it's pretty scary. Austin Reeves can go off anywhere, anytime. Austin Reeves could be the guy that they put on Ant because he can hold his own
Yeah.
defensively too.
Yeah, he can.
Yeah,
That's a good
yeah.
point. Yeah, so
That might be the matchup we're looking at, honestly.
I think so. I mean, that makes the most sense to me. Why
Yeah,
wouldn't you? Why wouldn't you put Reeves on him?
right. So, but I don't
Yeah.
know. That's a tough one. I feel like that's the one that I would be the biggest chance of like an upset watch, especially because it's the Lakers. Like if the Lakers lose, people are gonna riot, bro. I don't know why people are always like just sucking off the Lakers, but
Because it's the fucking Lakers.
I mean, yeah, it is, and they're just like
Unfortunately,
such a storied franchise, and like they always find a way to have
they
like
they
the
always find a
guy.
way to get these players. They always find a way to win. It's just nonstop. It's
But
like
that's why I
fucking.
want them to lose so bad. I want the T Wolves to knock them off. I'm pretty big on
Well,
Ant-Man too. So
I don't think the Lakers are coming out of the West. But I do.
no,
I think OKC's coming out of the West no matter what.
of course, yeah.
But I feel
I
like
mean,
I don't know. I see him winning against Minnesota. I see him beating them.
I think that's
I don't
pretty
think they're a one
likely.
and done playoff team.
Yeah, I don't know. I
But the
think it's pretty
Timberwolves,
likely,
I
but
I know they got Anthony Edwards, but the Timberwolves, I feel like they are like a one and done playoff team. The
mm,
Lakers, I just can't see it.
damn, you're breaking my heart right now, Tony. You're breaking my heart. I mean, yeah, I don't know. I think that's the one that I'll be watching the most. I'll say that. At least in the West. Because the Clippers feel like an upset over the Nuggets, but everyone kind of can see that coming. I feel like
Yeah,
that's not so much of a
it
we're not
should
really like,
be.
oh my god.
It should be
But
Denver,
yeah,
but it's they just no. You don't
but you
fire your
can't.
head
You also
coach a
can
week
never
before the playoffs.
right, but you can never count out the team that has the greatest player in the world.
Yeah, that's a
Any
good
team with
point,
Jokic has a
but
chance, bro. Like, don't matter
Clippers
what the
still
circumstances are.
Clippers still got some ballers on that team though.
Yeah, and they've been going nuts. Kawhi looking
Yeah,
healthy.
Kawhi.
He's looking
Yeah.
healthy, bro. Harden keep doing his thing. Norman Powell had a crazy season. Like, god damn,
I
wild
will
man.
say I think the West has a lot more interesting matchups and it's a lot
Yeah,
closer for those middle
yeah,
teams. And then it's OKC is just so far ahead of all of them, but I feel like all those
right.
other middle teams they're just super close. You
It
don't
does
really
feel
know.
like anything we talk about with those middle teams is just like it doesn't even matter because OKC is gonna take
It's
whoever.
just, they're gonna
It
smoke
doesn't
them.
whichever one of those teams makes it out to get to the championship in the West. Like OKC is gonna smoke them. Doesn't matter. Doesn't
Yeah.
matter who. Give them the Lakers. Give them the Rockets. Give them anyone. Like it doesn't matter. I
Mhm.
think so. I mean, let's go to the East, and then
And
you got the Knicks and the Pistons. The Pistons looking real scrappy, real young and scrappy, and just like they want it, man. They freaking want it. Last year they were the worst
yeah,
team in the league.
which is good on them. I mean, if you're a Pistons fan, even if they do lose against the Knicks, which they probably will, I still think it's a good solid year for them. Nice turnaround. See if they can build on it.
Yeah. The future is
but I
definitely
still got
bright.
the Knicks.
Brunson's back. Brunson just came back from injury.
Yeah,
He
I think
was
that
huge last year for them. But wasn't he hobbled towards the end when they were playing the Celtics?
that's a big part as to why the
Yeah.
Celtics beat them. Honestly, if the
Well, I
Knicks were
mean,
healthy, it could have been a different story.
so how long was Brunson out? Like a good while at least, right?
For yeah,
At
he
least a
was
couple
out for a
months.
while.
And
Yeah,
so he's coming back from injury now. And if they're rushing him back, that's going to be tough. And if he's not fully healthy, that could be something that the Pistons take advantage of. They are lucky that they're playing, so they have, another week. I don't think they play until like Saturday or Sunday or something like that. Because it says right here, playoffs begin April 19th. So I think that's Saturday.
was it Friday? Yeah, that's Saturday.
So
Saturday first round against.
they're resting right now and they got more time to rest. So
I
hopefully
feel
he'll
like
be good to go.
I feel like he'll be good to go. I feel like NBA teams do that a lot now. They'll start guys in the playoffs coming from injury because they want to give them more time to rest during the regular season.
Mhm.
So I feel like he'll be good. I mean, maybe he'll be a little rusty, but I don't think that'll last the whole
No, he'll
series.
shake it off real quick. I think
Yeah.
that's the biggest question mark, though, is his health and just the team's health overall, because that's obviously what killed them last year in the playoffs.
Yeah. Can he stay healthy? That's the
Mhm.
real question.
Right.
Maybe.
And Josh Hart, man, I love Josh Hart.
Oh yeah,
He's
he's a
just
dog, bro.
he's a dog.
He's a monster.
Bro, he plays like 48 minutes a game. It's crazy.
Yeah.
He don't come off the court for no reason at all. He's wild. And Cat, just that team's a whole different beast with Cat too. That'll be I feel like, because they'll probably win and they'll probably play the Celtics. That's going to be, and hopefully
If they're healthy, that scares me.
it does, but hopefully I'm hoping that they're healthy and the Celtics can still beat them. That
Still
way,
beat them.
like,
Yeah.
and then be like, okay, last year we beat
Wasn't
you
a
guys
fluke.
when you were hurt, but we'll beat you even if you're healthy,
Yeah.
And that the other thing for the Celtics too is they need to stay healthy. And I talked in the last episode, I talked about this, is like KP just being like never consistent with how much he plays is just bad for us. Like it's a huge thing this season. And Drew Holiday been like so hobbled. I feel like, because I haven't
The
watched every
Drew
single
Holiday is
Celtics game.
big.
Yeah, huge, because he's so good for us defensively. And like, I feel like every time I've tuned into a Celtics game this year, I have never watched the full starting five. Like, it's never been Holiday, White, Jaylen Brown, Jason Tatum, and Porzingis. Like, I've never seen all five of those guys play in the same game. One of them's always out. And if we have all five of those guys healthy, unstoppable. I really think that we're unstoppable if those five guys are healthy.
I think they get out of the East.
Yeah.
I don't know if that all 5 healthy team is
Don't-
still enough to be OKC, but I don't think so.
Don't do that. Don't do that to me.
But nah, dude, the thing with KP is that when we picked him up, KP has always been like this throughout his whole career.
Yeah, we knew what we were getting.
We knew it. We knew it. We knew it was going to happen, and the team by this point should be prepared, and they should know how to win with or without him.
Mm-hmm.
So I mean, I think it doesn't even matter because I think he'll be good to go. But if he does get hurt at some point, which he probably will, they should at
Probably.
this point know how to adjust. The
Let's
Drew
hope
Holiday
so.
is big though. I don't know if they can beat the Knicks without Drew Holiday.
Yeah.
If the Knicks are healthy.
I mean, especially with Brunson, because that's the thing. That's what the matchup will be. It'll be Holiday on Brunson.
Yeah.
And I mean, Derek White is an amazing defensive player in his own right, but he won't play the full game. And if there's anyone else ever matched on freaking Holiday, I mean Brunson, it's gonna be tough.
Hmm.
I can see JB locking him down though. JB is a beast.
He could,
Defensive.
yeah. They would have
Come on.
to adjust and move him, and that could would probably play out well. Um, even with if they had to do that, like I said, I still have the Celtics winning. The Knicks just
Hmm.
scare me. They just scare me as
Yeah.
all. I think it's possible they could still pull
They
it out.
they're that's probably the team that'll give us the biggest fight.
I think so because
Yeah.
I think that is the Eastern Conference Finals right there. If you can get past New York, Cleveland shouldn't be a problem realistically.
Hmm.
Even though they did have a really great year, but
Yeah.
I don't see
But they had
Cleveland.
some issues. They're
Right,
not perfect.
right. And
They
it's
got
like
weaknesses
the
too.
complete opposite of the West. Like the one seed is not dominant. It's the one seed is down to
Right.
earth like these other teams. So
Yeah. Yeah. It is much more even throughout, more spread out, whereas the
mhm.
West is very top heavy and it's really only one. I mean, the West
Yeah.
is even, but like you just have to take OKC out, and then every other team is
Yeah.
pretty much equal with each other. But the East is more like, okay, each team is actually pretty evenly kind of spread out. But I mean, even the East is kind of top heavy. If it's like it's really the Cavs and the Celtics. Like if it's not one of those two, I don't see anybody else coming out.
I agree. Well, this is interesting. What do you think about Milwaukee? Because Milwaukee still has Giannis, and the year they won, weren't they like a 4 or 5 seed?
I think so. Yeah, I think I remember hearing something about that too because they didn't. No one really thought that they weren't favorites that year. Like,
Right.
I mean,
But it's
yeah,
just Giannis, bro. Giannis is a freak.
he is. He is. And didn't Dame just get hurt though? I
I don't
think
know.
I
Did he?
think Dame is hurt.
Oh, well, if he's
So
hurt, that changes everything.
yeah.
Because I know that when the Bucks did win, they had a decent supporting cast around Giannis as well that they don't have anymore without Dame. So,
Oh, look, Damian Lillard to miss the playoffs.
uh well, if he only misses the start, maybe they could still get past that first round.
Blood clot. Deep dude, deep vein
Oh,
thrombosis. This is what took freaking
damn.
Wemby out for the whole season.
Oh my
Wemby's out for the
god.
season with this same thing. It's like blood clots, deep vein thrombosis. I don't really know the medical shit about it, but yeah, a blood clot. I mean, he's made improvement, but yeah, he's been out since March. Oh, that's wild.
Dude, what are
Literally like a
these
whole
NBA
month.
players doing, bro? They all got blood
But
clots in them
even
now.
without Lillard at 10-4. I mean, yeah, it's I've never heard of that type of injury. Never
Oh, it's
never
been
heard of it,
happening a
and now
lot
all of a sudden
recently.
it's a thing. It's weird.
Like the last
But
couple
they've been
years,
okay
right?
without him. I guess so. They've been all right without Dame though. 10-4 in the last 14 games. So, but definitely, I mean, this is saying like they sure could use him in the playoffs. Like absolutely, they could. And I don't know. It's gonna be on Giannis to carry the Bucks. It says it right here. Like, and Giannis is capable of it, but it's gonna be up to him. They're gonna have to lean on him
I
real
think
heavy.
they make it interesting a little bit in the East because it's happened before, so it's
Yeah.
possible.
And the Pacers seem like should they be the 4 seed? Like, I don't know. They seem like that's punching above
Oh,
their weight a little
yeah,
bit. I want to say they were
yeah.
like literally. I feel like this is just it's the same as last year. All the matchups are the same. I think the in the East at least because I think the only different team is the Pistons, and then obviously
Milwaukee
the
was the
seating is
5
different.
last year as well?
I don't think they were the 5, but I know that they played the Pacers last year.
Oh, oh, damn.
I think the only difference was the Hawks maybe were in the actual playoffs or something like that. But I remember the Cavs. I know that the Celtics, they played the Pacers, they played the Cavs, and they played the Knicks to make it to the finals. All those teams are back, and pretty sure the Pacers played the Bucks and beat them last year. So who's to say they won't do it again? I mean, their rosters are largely the same
Yeah,
as they were
yeah,
last year. I don't remember any of their matchups from this year, but they definitely played this year, and I can't remember who won, but yeah, like these teams are no strangers to each other. They've met in a very similar circumstances before. Giannis could do it. He could definitely do it. But the
yeah.
Pacers got some size too. They got Siakam, they got Miles Turner. Obviously, they have Halliburton. That's just a crazy distributor of the ball. I mean, don't count the Pacers out. I could see them. I could see that going either way. Really.
Nah, I'm not. I was gonna say I could see it going either way as well.
Yeah.
I still think Milwaukee takes it, but I could
Really.
see it going either
Mm.
way. Yeah, I
That
think
might be the
so.
toughest one to call out of all these matchups.
I think it
That might be
is.
the toughest one.
Well, I don't know. Lakers, Minnesota is pretty close
Yeah.
too.
Yeah. Maybe that.
Uh,
I don't know. I would give it to the Pacers. I think the Pacers will take it.
but either way, I think this year my my prediction. This is my prediction right now. I'm going with it. It's gonna
Okay.
be Thunder Celtics finals.
Mm.
Thunder taking it all.
God damn you, Tony.
I just don't see when I watch the Celtics team, they just don't seem like a back-to-back team to me.
Mm.
And I just don't think they can do it. I don't think they can beat
Wow.
OKC.
You're a fake fan. You're a slouch.
I'm not a fake fan.
It's a
I
shame.
should
It's a
be a
shame
real
to see
fan
that.
because I actually admit when I'm not confident in my team.
I mean, hey, you're keeping it a buck, and I respect that. But I don't know. I think the Celtics still go on and win the whole thing.
You still think they win back-to-back?
That's just me, like being. I don't know. I kind of agree with you that like they have some tendencies. Like, I mean, we talked about this once again. We talked about this before, but they like there was one game. I want to say it was the game that they played the Thunder, and because they were losing, and they were just like forcing threes.
That's what they do,
Just
man.
this is what happens,
And it's
and
so annoying
it
watching them
hurt them.
play like that.
Yeah, it hurt them 2 years ago, and it hurt them a little bit this year in the playoffs. I mean, 2 years ago, and it's been hurting them in the regular season this year. Is like they just keep shooting bad threes.
Yeah.
Like I don't know what the
Becau
mindset is, but
because
like
there's such a
I
three-shot
mean, yeah.
depending team where, like, "Oh my god, we gotta make these threes to win. Oh, 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 three-point, oh,
Well,
NBA."
I think that's like the league nowadays. Is like
That's the league
there
now.
is
Yeah,
such a
yeah.
reliance on the three ball, but
Yeah.
the Celtics do it more than any team in the
But they do it
NBA
the
and
most,
more than
right?
any team ever. Like
And
I
they're the
was it
most reliant on it too, which is bad because
right.
you're gonna have bad shooting nights. It's a guarantee you're not gonna shoot 50% from 3 all
Yeah.
during the
No, they
whole
have like
stretch.
I want to say I might be like misquoting this, but like they shoot more threes than any other team. They're not as efficient as a lot of other teams when it comes to three. I want to say they're like in the bottom half. That could be a total like misquote, but I really think like they are not as efficient as a lot of other teams when it comes to shooting the three, but they shoot it more than any other team. So it's like you're not playing to your strength, right? Like I mean, literally, I remember watching the game, and it's Peyton Pritchard or it's Derek White going up, driving into the lane, wide open layup, and they go
Yeah.
and
I
kick it
saw
out to the
that. I
corner.
remember I seen that too. It's so funny.
And I'm like, dude, you're down by like 6 or 4. Like, just take the 2 points. Like, help your team out. Like, I don't know. Like, it just seems like I don't know. I
They
think
also turned the ball over a lot last year in the
mm,
playoffs, and
yeah.
they've always been like that. They just always make stupid mistakes, and I've just seen it enough times to know that they're gonna do it again.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, the Cavs game this year is a perfect example. They started the game off like they went on a crazy run right at the start. They were up by 20 and they were showboating. Tatum's like, get out of here. You know, they think it's already done. It's the first quarter, bro. And I remember, I don't know why they didn't have this mentality in the game. Probably it wasn't fresh, but I remember last year because Joe Mazzulla is like a crazy, insane basketball guy. He was, and this is, I think they were playing the Cavs in the Eastern Conference Finals, and they were up, or no, this might have been the finals, but they were up 3-0 or 3-1 or whatever it was. And Joe Mazzulla was
Oh,
showing the players like
yeah.
MMA foot of guys who
Yeah.
thought they won and ended up losing because he's like, don't let up. Don't take your foot off the brake because as soon as you do, the other team will take advantage. And that's exactly what they
I
did
was gonna
in the
say,
Cleveland
didn't
game
they
is they
the
got
Cleveland
comfortable.
yeah, and
You
Cleveland ended
can't
up
play good
stealing
for
that
one
game, right?
quarter. Yeah, Cleveland won the
Yeah,
game because you can't
yeah.
play good for one quarter and expect to win the game. You have to play all the way through. And it sometimes feels like the Celtics don't play all the way through the game. They get too
No, they
comfortable,
don't.
they get easy, usually around the third quarter. And it's like
Yeah,
that's not a recipe for success.
right.
So I sure hope that once they make it to the playoffs, and this team has been to the playoffs now for many years, that they can put themselves into that mode of like, I'm not letting my foot off the brake. I'm gonna keep it on and make these guys pay. And I hope they do that through the whole entire playoffs, and I think they will. I hope they will. And as long as they don't take their foot off the brake, and as long as they stay healthy, they're going to be a force to be reckoned with. I think if they make it to the finals against the Thunder, I think it'll go to Game 7. I think it'll be super entertaining finals, and I think that they will win in Game 7. I'm calling it now.
I will say real quick, the third quarter thing,
Mm-hmm.
3 years ago, absolute disaster. The team was so bad in the third quarter.
Yep.
It's not that on that level now. It's still bad, but it's not on that level.
Yeah.
Um, I just, I don't know, man. My prediction is, I think if it's Boston and OKC in the finals, I think it's gonna be like a repeat of when they faced Golden State.
Didn't they
I
just
think
get totally dookie?
you cut out. What do you say?
Didn't they just get like shit on by Golden State?
Yeah, not shit on. I think they lost in like 5 or 6. I think OKC wins in 6. OKC wins 4-2.
I'm looking up. I'm trying to find the
I know
finals.
I know that they yeah, I think the Warriors won 4-2 because it was 2-1 at one point. The
Yeah,
Celtics
it
were up
was. Yeah,
2-1. Yeah,
yeah, it
and then
was
they
4-2.
just shit the bed after that.
So is that what you're saying? You think the Celtics are gonna start good and then just give up? They're gonna do
I
that third quarter thing, but within the series, they're gonna go up a game or two and then just like totally just.
After watching this team for many years, I'm fairly confident that is what is going to happen. And I have prepared myself for it as well, so
But
when it does
you at least
happen.
think they're gonna make it to the finals, though. You don't think they're gonna
Oh,
let
yeah.
off the break before that against Cleveland.
I just don't think Cleveland has the firepower to beat them. I think OKC does.
Mm.
Yeah,
Are you talking
I
about in a
don't
series? Because Cleveland definitely
in the
can beat
7-game
them.
series. In a 7-game, yeah.
Because how many times did they play this season? I want to say they might have only played twice, but they split. I know that Cleveland beat them, and I know that they beat Cleveland at one point. It might have been like 2-1 or something.
Yeah,
Because
it
they
might
might
be
have played 3
close.
times or 4 times, but they each got games in. Cleveland beat them at least twice this season.
It's definitely gonna be close. It's not gonna be, uh the Celtics aren't gonna blow them out by any means. I just don't see them losing a whole 7-game series to them. I just
I
don't
sure
think
hope not.
Cleveland has enough. But then again, this is the same Boston Celtics team that should have won way before last year, so we'll see.
Hey man, it's tough out there. but
It is. It is.
now that we won, we know how it feels now. We know how it feels. So we can go back. We can get that feeling. We know what it takes to get there. I'm telling you.
That's true. That's true. And
I mean,
right now, all
OKC
we can
might
do is
be in that phase that we were in, because it was Tatum and Jaylen Brown. Like, they were younger, right? And they were getting close. They were making deep runs, but they couldn't get the job done. Maybe this is SGA and Chet's and Jalen Williams kind of like, okay, we're really good, but they're not that experienced. I mean, when did they get eliminated last year? They
well,
won one
I
series. They're
yeah,
okay.
I think, but I think they still got enough playoff experience last year to
But did they
know.
get finals experience though?
No, but
They make
you
us
don't need you don't need to make it to the
JB and
finals to
but
lose
this is just
just to win.
comparing. I'm just trying to make a direct comparison. Is like JB and Jason Tatum lost in the finals before they won in the finals. So maybe
Right.
OKC, maybe this is their year to make it and lose, and then maybe next year or 2 years from now they'll make it and win. Because
But
sometimes I'm
not
not saying it
every
has to
team
happen the same way, right? Like, it doesn't have to be the same for every team, but sometimes going there and not having been there before, it's tough. You don't know how to adjust to that situation. I think, because I guess if they make it, if both of these teams make it, OKC would have a home game to start, right?
Yeah, OKC would have the advantage.
Okay. I was going to say, if it was the first game and if it was in Boston and it's the first time that these guys have been to the finals, 100% I would think they would lose.
Well, that might be that might be a difference.
Because you're not used to this environment, you're away. But if they're at home, it might be a different story. But still, I think it could be a case where they're at home. Maybe just there's more pressure because it's the home crowd, and just being the first time in that environment. I think they would lose game one, but that doesn't mean it's going to happen every time. Every game's different. I don't know. It's going to be interesting. All I got to say, I think the main conclusion we can take away from this is it's going to be a movie.
The
NBA playoffs will be a movie.
They're going to be wild this year.
They absolutely are.
Nothing like last year. We're not going to see injuries, and well, maybe we could, but I hope
we will
not.
see, my prediction,
But
we'll see 0 injuries.
Let's hope.
No one's getting hurt.
Let's hope, man. Or even as long as it's just not on the level it was last year, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
But
just the main guys need to stay healthy.
It's looking good. It's looking good going into it. So we'll see.
I'm excited. Starts tonight.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
We got to watch all those games, Tony, because now this is our shit.
Yeah,
so
we gotta
actually stay up to date and watch all these.
We gotta keep up to date for you guys, man. We can't.
Absolutely.
We ain't gonna slack for you guys. Like, you guys are important to us. We need to come in and know our shit. So.
And make sure to follow us on Instagram. It is Touchdown Talk Pod, right?
Yes, sir. Touchdown Talk Pod on
Touchdown
Instagram.
Talk Pod on Instagram. We will be doing live reactions and live updates to the NBA playoff games all throughout the playoffs as much as we can. So follow us there and stay tuned for all that type of stuff.
Yes, sir. I got a bunch of more stuff coming out for you guys as well. Working on a TikTok. Hopefully you get that up and running at some point.
Oh yeah.
Still giving me problems, but we'll figure it out eventually. But yeah, we got so much stuff coming out for you guys. It's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be a ride, man. So.
Oh yeah.
So just I'm assuming we're ending it, right? I think we covered it all, or most of what we wanted to talk about.
We've been going for a good while.
Yeah,
that's been good.
Got solid almost 2 hours in. So
I'm hungry, bro. Yeah. I'm hungry, bro. I need my Cheez-Its. Bro.
Bro needs some fucking cheese, man.
Bro loves Cheez-Its. Can you believe that shit?
All right, guys. Well, again, thank you all for joining, listening, whatever platform you're listening on. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Give us a like, shouts, follows. We appreciate it all. And we will see you guys next week.